So do you direct yourself? Because I was going to ask, as an actress on Grey's Anatomy, how hard or easy is it to kind of be in both lanes? How do you take direction? Like, how do you sit back and do you bite your tongue, or do you give feedback as an actress when you're being directed by someone else?
Oh, being directed by someone else? Mm-hmm. Well, I wear a couple of different hats at Grey's Anatomy. I'm the executive producing director, which is a position that requires me to hire the directors and also to indoctrinate them into the idea of what we're looking for on our show, or to spark them and inspire them to bring creative new ideas of things we haven't done. So as an actress, I take direction. I mean, I was just directed by one of our favorite directors, Jeannot. He's a little Frenchman. Debbie, what are you doing? I don't know if I believe it. I said, okay, I'll do it again. I like acting. It's a whole nother ballgame.
Well, I watched a lot of your interviews where you talked about being a woman of color and being rejected as a director early on in your career, being rejected for opportunities. So when you mention, walking in your purpose, if you're at an earlier stage in your career where people are telling you, no, you're not good enough, or, you're black, or you're a woman, how do you take those no's and those rejections and turn them into, how do you benefit from them in the long run?
Well, I think the real answer is believing in yourself and knowing your value, and that you are really working on your skills, whatever it is your profession or your goals are, that you're constantly working to improve yourself. I was rejected by everyone, totally, and here I sit. So you have to stay in the game, number one. You can't just fall apart, and hopefully those challenges will make you stronger. It did for me. I mean, I grew up with the racial divide in Texas, where we couldn't go to the movie theater because we were black. We couldn't go to restaurants. You all don't quite know from that. This is a different time, but a lot of people, went through a lot of pain and even died so that we can vote, go to restaurants. These were not given. We had to go and take that, and that was taken by a whole diverse, wonderful community of people that were of every religious background, every ethnicity. The abolition of slavery did not happen with black people alone fighting it. There was a universe. Racial segregation was not overcome by black people alone. There was this world. So we're still in that world, and right now I think we're getting a little wake-up call about what we need to be paying attention to.
As proud alumnus of Howard University, I understand the value of education. Having gone when I was 16, I would not be the woman that I am because of Howard University, if not for Howard University. And I just feel like we do have an air about us, or a confidence about us, that I think that the Mecca instills. But again, with social media, a lot of people, I feel like, don't understand the necessity of being educated, because they can kind of take their career into their own hands. And so, in your opinion, what is the value still of education, but especially HBCUs?
Well, HBCUs are incredible because when you go, you get a confirmation of your cultural identity that you can't get anywhere else. I mean, I grew up in the South. I grew up marching for civil rights. I grew up Martin Luther King coming to our house, but still, it was Howard University with those teachers, those professors that look like you, that are brilliant people, that gives you a confirmation of your cultural identity and will push you to do things. I would never have done Amistad if I didn't go to Howard University. It would not have happened. Wouldn't have happened. So education is still one of the most important things that you can get, but there are many ways to become educated. Yes, some people are being educated on the internet. That's what's happening. Because schools are getting to be so costly, who can afford $30,000? That's how much money people make to live. They can't afford to just spend that for a year, for 1 year of school. You know, so I agree with Bernie Sanders that somehow the education in this country has got to become affordable and accessible to every child born and that is an American.
I have to ask about A Different World.
Yep.
Is any type of remake?
I'm trying. I'm still trying.
So you do think it's necessary?
I do. I think it's necessary, and it's also a great idea. It was incredible. It still runs right now. Every show is relevant. Every show we did, what, 20 years ago? Is it 20 years? Practically. Yeah, because my son Thump, I remember he had an accident with his finger in a doorway. Almost cut his finger off, and I had to leave the set. I left. And he was 7. Yeah. It's been like 20 years. But even the stories right now are relevant. So we need to get that back.
I love the performances. Gladys, glad you know you were. Okay, I'm sorry.